everyone, I'm Ayşe Gülistan, and this is Invest in Türkiye Talks. So what are we going to do throughout these series? We'll be talking everything related to investment, from FDI inflows to entrepreneurship, the investment infrastructure in Turkey, and trends and challenges that sectors may face in the near future. Today, I'm joined by the chairman of the Turkish Forwarding and Logistics Association, otherwise known as UTIKAD, Bilgehan Engin. Bilgehan, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much.
Now, Bilgehan, you have extensive experience in the logistics sector and you started working in this sector at really, young age after graduation. And we have a lot of talk about the growing importance of this sector. But firstly, I want to start with UTIKAD. What is the association? How do you contribute to the growth and development of the logistics sector in Turkey?
Thank you very much for your invitation. Our association, Turkish Forwarding and Logistics Association, UTIKAD, was founded in 1986. We are the most extensive non-governmental organization of the Turkish transport and logistics industry. UTIKAD acts as the umbrella organization of the companies that offer four main transport modes, namely land, air, sea and rail, and also combined transportation as well as warehousing services, fast cargo and packaging transportation services, custom brokerage and logistics services in Turkey and abroad. Actually, we are acting as the voice of the Turkish logistic industry, and we are representing the industry and our members on the several platforms at home and abroad. Aside from our efforts aimed at achieving international standards and contributing to sustainable development of the industry, UTIKAD conducts broad training activities, in order to foster the development of a logistic culture in our Turkey's industries, actually, as a matter of fact. And in a nutshell, the vision of UTIKAD is leading any formation and development aimed at creation and organization of a logistic structure and supply chain in Turkey. With our rational principle and responsible approach, as a matter of fact, and with our power that we derive from our members, we act actually as a leading logistic and forwarding association in our industry in Turkey. When it comes to our mission, of UTIKAD's mission, the main one is representing the logistic industry, as a matter of fact, nationally and internationally. And UTIKAD contributes to the growth and the development of Turkish logistics industry through various activities and initiatives. We mainly organize vocational trainings, and we actually contribute to the competence of logistic workforce in the Turkey's infrastructure. And secondly, we publish industrial reports. And actually our reports are annual reports, are referred by the industry itself, the academia and the governmental bodies. And also we introduce standards to the industry. We actually publish our standard trading conditions, which are referred by our members when they are doing their trade and business. And also, we also publish a code of conduct, which is among the membership conditions. And we represent the interest of the industry, nationally and globally also. And also we keep our members updated about regarding very huge developments and some changes on the regulatory side, which is very frequent, as a matter of fact.
So there's a lot there, because you not only you contribute to a kind of talented workforce within the country, but you've also got to be updated with the key changes in a sector that is rapidly developing, with especially AI and new investments that are being made in the sector. So that is quite a list that you have there. And obviously Turkey is in a position, geostrategically, where we're in the middle corridor. We are a bridge to many countries connecting different continents in sea and by air as well. So how do you think the country is using this position as a middle corridor to enhance intermodal logistics?
Correct. Turkey, our country, is a natural hub, as a matter of fact. And this natural hub really relies between Asia and Europe as a natural bridge, which actually in practice connects the production sites and the consumption markets, as a matter of fact. So we are playing a very crucial role as a natural logistic hub in that sense. So at logistic operations also, when we look at the logistic operations, we provide industry, a logistic industry, which is fully in compliance with the international standards. So when it comes to Middle Corridor spans approximately 7,000 kilometers from west to east, or vice versa. So Turkey's position actually enables its strong position to serve as the bridge between those two locations, origins. The corridor starts in China, traverses Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, and Caspian Sea, and reaches to Turkey through Georgia. From there, goods are transported to Europe via Turkey's extensive transportation network. Turkey's Marmaray Tunnel and Yavuz Sultan Selim Bridge, which we call the third bridge over the Bosphorus, are connecting Europe and Asia, highlight countries' logistic importance. Moreover, Turkey's ports, such as Istanbul Ambarlı location and Mersin facilities, those maritime locations are also international connecting points within and in the markets. Railway connections also throughout these ports integrate major international routes. And when it comes to development road, which is actually Middle Corridor and logistic corridors throughout Asia to Europe, are really sophisticated logistic infrastructural systems. So development road also represents a very strategical connection from Persian Gulf via Turkey and also to the Middle Corridor as well. And Turkey plays as a very strategic base ground for all these connections. So development road project, which is a 1,200 kilometers long railway and roadway connection. It's a major step forward connecting those strategic areas, the Persian Gulf to Anatolia and to Europe. So this is really making a huge contribution to Turkey becoming a real logistic hub, which is already a natural logistic hub, as I mentioned.
Like you said, Bilgehan, we're a connecting point, and in fact, the investment office, the new campaign that we're putting forward is that Turkey is the nexus of the world. We're the connecting point, but we're not only just connecting people, we've become a place where people want to invest, where people want to do their business, and where in some sectors, Turkey is one of the most key actors to have on your side. So it just, flagged that up when you called the country a connecting point. We're actually calling it now the nexus of the world, where we're interlinking different technologies, different countries and different people all together and becoming this regional hub that we all aim to strive.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this applies as good as it can be to the global concept, as a matter of fact. And in addition to that, intermodal logistics also involves the seamless movement of goods across multiple modes of transport, such as rail, road, and sea, marine transportation. So Turkey's efforts to enhance intermodal logistics are evident through the investments such as Baku-Tbilisi and Kars Railway. These efforts also, port-to-rail integration, this also planning of logistics centers, digitalization and custom procedures, custom reforms, in other words. And also, when it comes to this kind of integrated and sophisticated logistics system, of course, there are challenges. Like, Turkey sits in the middle of really strong, robust geopolitical developments. So this is a major challenge for Turkey politically, and also when it comes to logistic infrastructure, this is also a huge derivative, and also infrastructural bottlenecks. And in addition to that, there is a huge need of a greater regional cooperation. This is also a huge challenge that Turkey sooner or later will be forced to deal with, I would say. But opportunities also lie in Turkey's growing integration into global supply chains. Rising e-commerce demand is a huge chance for that, and also Turkey's ability to serve as a logistic hub for renewable energy technologies.
No, that brings me nicely on to the next question, because logistics is one of those industries that is being put under the light and under the spotlight now because of carbon emissions, right? And we've got planes, we've got boats, we've got trains, etc. And these are kind of old ways of transportation that are going for rapid change, right? So in those terms, sustainability is a key theme that we must discuss when discussing logistics. So how do you think the global effort for sustainability is affecting the logistics sector, and what are you doing as an association to be able to make sure that Turkey is adapting to these global changes?
Yeah, great question, coming with a great definition. The global effort for sustainability, this is really a huge derivative, and this significantly transforms the logistic industry, not only locally here in Turkey, but also globally, I'm talking about. On the other hand, businesses, governments, and consumers prioritize reducing environmental impacts by minimizing carbon footprints and also promoting sustainable practices. So, logistic industry, being a really major industry within the economies, cannot escape from this huge change and derivative. So, logistic companies are transitioning to environmentally friendly modes of transport in order to reduce the emissions. These include EVs, electric vehicles, hydrogen-powered trucks, and biofuel transportation. That's quite essential as a huge derivative in the industry. In addition to that, companies are increasingly utilizing intermodal logistics, combining rail, road, and sea, as I just briefly mentioned, which are more energy efficient in comparison to just one single mode of road transportation. And on the other hand, warehouses are being retrofitted by more energy efficient ways of donations, using renewable energy sources like solar panels, LED lightnings, smart energy management systems. These are huge derivatives when it comes to sustainability. And, companies are adopting biodegradable materials, reusable containers, and right-sizing packaging in order just to reduce waste and shipping costs. And at UTIKAD, the core of the question, we closely follow how sustainability efforts shape our industry. We actually at first hand have a working group. We call it Green Logistics Focus Group. And within this formation in our organization, we provide our members the Sustainable Logistics Certificate, actually. And this is one of the first of its kind in the industry. And this enables our members especially certify their strong position in the sustainability leg of the industry. And also we actually monitor and observe the global and especially European applications of sustainability and also global applications of the sustainability side. And we actually transform this into our industry, local industry, and we open these initiatives or applications to the use of our members.
So you actually allow them to follow set guidelines that are already in place globally, and then they can then apply that to the work that they're doing here in Turkey. Brilliant. Yes. And in such a changing and evolving industry, how do you see the future of UTIKAD? How do you think you will contribute to shaping the logistics sector in Turkey in general?
Well, the near future and mid-term future of the logistic industry is really transforming, and this is giving us a huge excitement. I mean, there's a really I would say a bright future, because I'm trying to be optimistic, but there are really huge changes. And for us, for UTIKAD, we base our works on 3 pillars actually. Industry's growth. We would like to really contribute to the growth of the industry with modernization and also sustainability. We have to put sustainability on top, on all the rest of the 2 pillars. In future, we will continue promoting the adoption of digital technologies such as, AI, artificial intelligence, blockchain, and Internet of Things. This is quite essential to enhance operational efficiency and transparency in the logistics industry. This is quite inevitable in today's world in order to make the efficiency really sustainable and on return profitable. And as a result, we are today, and we will be advocating for digitalized custom procedures to reduce border delays and administrative burdens. This is quite essential for the industry to be really agile, which is quite essential, and we take this as a huge concept that we need. So UTIKAD, as a result, will encourage the greater use of intermodal transport, combining rail, road and sea, and air also, to optimize efficiency and sustainability. Another policy of the agenda will be fostering sustainability, as I say, and making Turkey logistic industry more sustainable by promoting green logistics and its practices. Turkey's logistic industry needs a highly skilled workforce in order to handle all these upcoming changes. And we are actually already, upskilling the workforce through partnering with universities and academia, of course, and vocational institutions to develop specialized logistics and supply chain management programs. Also, promoting mentor and mentee practices into the industry is also another major specialty that we are working on.
Yeah, all the aspects that you mentioned are all kind of the kind of FDI that the country is looking for as well. Because we're gonna finish off soon, and the final question is going to be about potential investments. But you mentioned green logistics, and you mentioned the workforce, and obviously these are concepts that Turkey's investment office is also looking in. So we're not accepting every kind of investment now. We're only accepting those that are going to be contributing to a more talented workforce and it's got to be green FDI now, because there are certain goals that the country is trying to achieve, and obviously all the sectors are working towards this. So obviously change is good, but it's also scary at times. So I'm hoping that you can manifest, the opportunities that come with change in the logistics industry. And like I said, Bilgehan, moving on to the final question, obviously this is an Invest in Turkey podcast, and every guest that we have on the show, we tend to finish off with what kind of potentials there are for investing in the industries that they represent. So obviously you're here with logistics, so let's ask you, as the chairman of the biggest association in the sector, what potential room do you think there is for investment in a logistics sector?
Yeah, let's think about the location of Istanbul and Istanbul Airport. And within 4 hours of flight, you can reach to 67 countries, and with a population approximately 1.4 billion people. And these markets, constitute to a trade volume of $6 trillion. This is a massive infrastructure ground that you can reach out from Istanbul. And the share of logistics and transportations when it comes to our export standings, by the figures of 2023, the overall exports of Turkey is slightly more than $260 billion. And within that big picture, I would say, 100 billion is the service exports. And service exports, the biggest share comes with almost $35 billion of logistics and transportation exports. So in 2024, this is going to be like $110 billion of service exports, and plus like 40 billion of logistics and transportation exports. So with these percentages, with these numbers actually, our country has 2.5% share in the world in logistics service exports with $35 billion of exports, and ranks 11th by 2023 figures. So, the market is growing and the market is already big. And on top, Turkey invests hugely in its industry. It's really important to note that transportation projects have the largest share in Turkey's investment plans. And it's already right now at the verge of announcing really huge infrastructure investments, especially derived by the foreign direct investments. I mean, this year, 2025, will be a starting of a huge infrastructure projects, at least by the bid and tender foot, I would say. So, being as a regional hub already, being as a natural hub already, and being at the intersections of really historical and huge transport corridors, and also already being able to invest its South Development Road Initiative corridor, Turkey really connects this huge infrastructure ability and also investing already. So this makes the picture even more attractive for anyone who is eager to take part in this near future's upcoming logistic global player. So the name is Turkey.
Brilliant. Well, thank you, Bilgehan, for being with us today. It was a pleasure.
My pleasure, and thank you very much for your invitation.
In today's episode with the chairman of UTIKAD, Bilgehan Engin, we talk about the growing logistics industry in Turkey and the potential investments that the sector can draw. And Bilgehan tells us how UTIKAD is working towards making Turkey a regional hub for logistics. You can find our podcast on all streaming platforms. And for more updates and information, follow Invest in Turkey on social media. Stay tuned for more episodes where we'll be talking more about investment in Turkey.